Imagine stepping into a courtroom where logic bends, the truth hides behind laughter, and justice wears a crooked smile. In this case, we're not just observing a trial, we're peeling back the curtain on a story so bizarre it could only happen in real life. Today we'll explore a unique courtroom drama that involves not just human witnesses but a feathered one, an African gray parrot named Alex. Alex was no ordinary parrot. He was known for his remarkable intelligence and ability to mimic human speech. His owner, a woman named Ginny, had trained him to communicate with a vocabulary that would leave many people scratching their heads in disbelief. With over 100 words at his disposal, Alex was a true talking bird. But it wasn't just his vocabulary that made him special. It was the uncanny ability to repeat phrases he had heard during significant moments, including those tinged with drama. Our story unfolds in a small town where an unfortunate incident occurred, the tragic death of Ginny's partner, a man named Sam. The circumstances surrounding Sam's death were shrouded in mystery, leading to a criminal investigation that would ultimately reach the courtroom. Ginny found herself at the center of a storm, having to navigate the turbulent waters of grief and legal scrutiny. As the investigation progressed, the police looked into potential suspects, but evidence was scarce. The community was shocked by the incident, and rumors swirled like leaves in the wind. It was during this tumultuous time that Alex became a focal point of the investigation. The police were intrigued by the parrot's remarkable ability to mimic human speech and wondered if he might hold clues to the events that transpired on the night Sam died. When Ginny was questioned, she recounted the events leading up to that fateful night. She described a heated argument between her and Sam, a normal occurrence in their passionate relationship. However, on this particular night, things escalated beyond the usual bickering. Ginny was distraught, feeling a mix of anger and sadness as she recalled the confrontation. Just hours later, Sam was found dead, leading investigators to wonder if Alex might have witnessed the argument. The police decided to bring Alex in for questioning, a move that seemed outrageous but also strangely fitting in this peculiar case. What could this parrot reveal? Could he recall specific phrases or words that might shed light on the situation? The thought of a parrot testifying in court was almost too absurd to consider, yet it was also tantalizingly intriguing. As the court date approached, the public's interest in the case skyrocketed. News outlets began to cover the story, dubbing it the Parrot Trial. People from all walks of life were curious to see how a parrot could play a role in a legal proceeding. Would Alex be able to communicate what he had seen or heard? Would he provide vital evidence that could tip the scales of justice? On the day of the trial, the courtroom was packed. Journalists, curious townsfolk, and legal experts filled the seats, eager to witness this unprecedented event. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation as the judge entered the room and the proceedings began. Ginny sat anxiously at the defendant's table, her heart racing as she glanced at Alex, who was perched in a small cage nearby. When it was time for Alex to take the stand, the courtroom erupted in murmurs. How would a parrot testify? Would his testimony hold any weight? The judge, maintaining order, called for a veterinarian to bring Alex forward. The moment was surreal, but it was happening. The veterinarian gently placed Alex's cage on the witness stand, and the parrot looked around, seemingly unfazed by the crowd. The judge instructed the veterinarian to encourage Alex to speak. With some coaxing, Alex began to chatter. He repeated words and phrases that were familiar to those in the courtroom, such as "What are you doing?" and "I love you." The audience laughed, captivated by the bird's antics, but the tension remained thick in the air. The prosecution seized the moment, asking the veterinarian to prompt Alex with specific questions. They wanted to know if he could recall the night of Sam's death. The veterinarian asked Alex what happened that night. To everyone's astonishment, the parrot squawked, "Don't shoot." The courtroom fell silent, the impact of the words reverberating through the air. Could this be a clue, a warning? The implications were staggering. The defense quickly jumped in, arguing that the parrot's words could easily be misinterpreted. After all, Alex had a penchant for mimicking phrases he had overheard in various contexts. The idea that a parrot could be a reliable witness was laughable, yet Alex's words had captured the attention of everyone present. The challenge became apparent. How could one possibly discern the truth from a bird that spoke in snippets of human conversation? As the trial progressed, more layers of complexity unfolded. The defense called upon experts in animal behavior and linguistics to testify about the limitations of animal communication. They explained that while Alex could mimic human speech, there was no way to ensure that his words were a direct reflection of the events that transpired. They argued that Alex's statements were merely echoes of his environment, lacking context or meaning. On the other hand, the prosecution brought in a psychologist who specialized in animal cognition. The witness argued that Alex's ability to recall phrases from the night in question signified a level of intelligence that could not be dismissed. They asserted that Alex's utterance of "Don't shoot" was not just a random phrase, but a possible reflection of the tension and fear present during the argument between Ginny and Sam. The courtroom became a battleground of ideas, with each side presenting compelling arguments. The media frenzy surrounding the trial only added to the spectacle. People were glued to their screens, waiting for updates on the parrot's testimony and how it would influence the outcome of the case. As the trial continued, Ginny's emotional state became more evident. She felt the weight of the world on her shoulders, grappling with the loss of her partner while also facing the possibility of being accused of his murder. The sight of Alex, with his bright feathers and sharp eyes, became a source of comfort for her, yet also a painful reminder of the night that changed everything. In a twist of fate, the defense team managed to locate a video recording from the night of Sam's death. The footage captured the argument between Ginny and Sam, providing a clearer picture of the events. This evidence shifted the focus away from Alex and toward the human dynamics at play. The video showed the couple in a heated discussion, but it also revealed moments of tenderness, suggesting that their relationship was multifaceted and complex. With the video evidence in hand, the defense argued that Ginny acted in self-defense during a moment of passion, claiming that the argument escalated to the point where she felt threatened. They contended that the parrot's words, while intriguing, should not overshadow the reality of the situation. The jury was faced with the daunting task of untangling the emotional threads of the case, weighing the significance of the parrot's testimony against the newfound video evidence. As the trial drew to a close, the jury deliberated for what felt like an eternity. The tension was palpable as everyone awaited the verdict. Alex, still perched in his cage, seemed oblivious to the gravity of the situation, occasionally chirping words that brought laughter to the courtroom. Finally, the jury returned with their decision. The room fell silent as the foreman announced the verdict, not guilty. Ginny was exonerated, and the courtroom erupted in a mix of applause and disbelief. The parrot, once a central figure in a potential murder trial, had inadvertently played a role in revealing the complexities of human emotion and relationships. In the aftermath, the story of Alex the parrot became a legend in the town, a tale that would be passed down through generations. People began to ponder the implications of animal intelligence and the ways in which they could contribute to our understanding of the human experience. The case served as a reminder that in the pursuit of truth and justice, sometimes the most unexpected witnesses can leave a lasting impact. While Alex may not have been the star witness in the traditional sense, his presence in the courtroom sparked conversations about the nature of evidence, the reliability of memory, and the intricate dance between language and meaning. It challenged the legal system to consider perspectives beyond the human experience, reminding everyone that reality can often be stranger than fiction. As we reflect on this extraordinary case, we realize that the courtroom is a stage where the most unusual stories unfold. In this instance, a parrot became a symbol of hope, confusion, and ultimately justice. So the next time you hear a parrot squawking, remember that even the smallest voices can sometimes hold the key to unlocking the truth. In the world of Court Spiral, reality indeed is stranger than fiction.